let's do a little update video while I'm taking a break. So I got it. It's kind of on there. I got the jack stand over here holding up to one side, and now this is really crude. I have yet to do touch-up to the bracket. That's the bracket. I only got one bolt hole attaching to there, and then I got the two that are down there. So obviously there's some touch-up to be done. Like a huge amount needs taken off that, and then all the corners, in my opinion, ground down. But honestly, you can't see it. You can't really see it. I don't really understand why I would beauty up the bracket. This side's just chilling with the jack stand. I think it looks fucking awesome. Like I think that looks freaking amazing. Obviously it needs to be black, not fucking chrome. But look at that, and it looks great. Everything, in my opinion, looks awesome. I don't know if I did an update. I am still working on getting the tablet finished. As you can see, it's reading still. The car's off, so it's not really going to connect to the car, but it is still connected. But I'm still working on that. I want to get the patches on. I got my rifle. This is the rifle that I did get for the Subaru. I need to start making sure I'm recording like this. This is the rifle. Get that out of there. Little 5-round or 20-round mag, large scope, nice bipod. A little too short and stubby there, but it looks great in my opinion. And I got a side canted with a couple small mags. So that's what I'm working with versus a full mag, so that it can still sit. So after I get this push bar out there, oh, I also put a new stock on it because the old one sucked. Once I get that done, my plan is to, for one, I want to vacuum this, but for two, if I have the time and energy, I might take it out and work on the bed platform. Obviously I need to take the drawers out to be able to, or not take the drawers out, but I got to pull this whole platform out. I've got to take a little bit off the side here, and then obviously a little bit off the side here, because I want them both to be the same, but it's got to be enough to bolt and glue a little strip of this stuff here instead of this, and it's going to be a lot smaller too, so that if there is anything right here like the hatch portion, then I'm good. Abby's going to dinner with her friend tonight because her friend got engaged, so I'm going to be pretty much alone, so I can work out here all fucking day for all I care. I'm trying to stay motivated. All day yesterday I pretty much was exhausted and doing things, so I'm just hanging in the shop day, drinking a little bit, hanging out, little things. I want to get before I put all this stuff in the drawers, I kind of want to get the bed platform out and work on that. It doesn't take much just to cut a little off, and then I got to cut the two pieces that I want to use out of this and then just attach it. It's not going to take long. The only part that might take a little longer is, and I can do it while it's not in the truck, is the bed platform's foot is one of these boards. And obviously, as you can see, that is in a rough spot. So, what I could do is get this one. This one's a lot smaller and a lot easier accessible. And then I can go to Lowe's real quick and grab the feet that I'm going to use to hold it up. I think I actually have the stuff mainly here for it. So who knows, I might even just figure out my own way with the stuff that I've got to do what I'm trying to do. But that's all kind of just to be determined. But I'd like to take the bed platform out, vacuum everything, and clean up a little bit back there because it's pretty bad. I also want to get the jack and stuff for my recovery out from underneath there, because if I got a flat tire right now with that bed platform back there, I can't get underneath there to fucking get it out. So probably have the jack and everything accessible. So that's the plan. I may also sit here and tinker with the Goal Zero batteries. I might take one of the Goal Zero batteries apart. They don't work, so it's not like I'm going to hurt them. So if I can take it apart and there's a way that I can take the shell out and somehow modify it to be in my truck, I will. Like, I only really need one. If I want to hook up a bigger battery, get a bigger battery and use the system, and that should be just fine. Obviously, there's tons of space to use a solar setup up there. Like I can mount some solar, a couple of little small solar panels up there. and I've already got them all. It's just about figuring out how to mount it. The other thing that I'm working on is obviously the awning. The awning's going to go on this side, and I want it to be able to be detached. So I'm going to find some way to, and the more I look at it, the more I don't know how I'm going to attach it to this. So I'm still trying to figure that out. If I can find a way to attach it to the vehicle, as if using like, I've got all this rail here. What if I found a way to attach one of these rails? I mean, I think they only attach, like this one's got a quick detachment. If I could go get one of these from the junkyard so that I can just slide the thing on there, essentially, then that would be great. Some way to, oh look, I never know. Oh wait, hold on. I thought that was damaged. But if I can find some way to slide a couple of these, or some way to mount to this, so something that like clips on in there and then I just tighten it down, that'd be great. That's very doable. And then I don't have to do it quite as complicated and try to mount it to this. I can just do it to that. That might be better. That might be a better idea. As if some kind of like, once I take like the first bar that swings, because there's the one bar or the one pole, the piece of conduit that runs along here, right here, and then it goes to wherever the corner of the awning is. It'd be a lot better if it was right here. So if I made it to go from here to like right here, then I could attach it up there, set it up there, bolt it down, and then it's attached. And that'd be a lot easier than what I was trying to do. At least right here it is. Right here I still have to make some kind of C-clamp that holds all the awning pieces. So the one is there, and then I pull it, and it goes to the next one, then the next one, and then the next one goes here. And then there's also one that goes along the back area there too. So essentially I could just, and the cool thing about what I'm thinking about doing there is then I can attach one right here too. So honestly, very doable, and it's something that I might be able to design to quickly take apart. So I've got to have to figure that out. Maybe there's some kind of just like piece of metal. I can maybe even put like just a, I'm gonna get back up there, so now I'm thinking about it. I haven't really, all this has been theoretical so far, but if I can get like a piece of metal that perfectly fits in this channel, then I could probably use one of these bolts, like in the back there, that one, pull it, like undo it, put the piece of metal there, bolt the piece of metal down, and that piece of metal just have like a riv nut, and the riv nut, or it's threaded, and that riv nut, I just come up here with that C channel, or just whatever I end up making, whatever bracketry to hold this thing, and just attach it. Super easy. I mean, if I could find a way to do it where I could just put a permanent little mount here, like the conduit mount, like what those are. If I could just attach that here, that'd be fine. And then all I got to do is put it in and wing nut. But for that one, obviously, there's some kind of quick mechanism there. I can just make it so when I deploy my awning, I just slide it up there and bolt it down. Or just slide into that channel and then it won't move. Not a bad idea. Something that I can loosen a wing nut, pretty much exactly like how these systems work. I mean, they pretty much just have a piece of metal that slides under the channel, and there's a piece of metal on top, and then when you tighten it down, it sandwiches it together. Super easy to make. I can do something like that. I mean, really, like I don't have to go to the junkyard and get one of these fucking things just to do it. I can do that myself with some of the steel I have laying around. I pulled out all these little pieces of steel just to fucking work with it. I think I got a piece of steel right here that would work just fine. I don't remember what this was for, but it sure was. But that can be done. I'm good at that. But I don't want it to look janky. Like, I need to find a good system. Once I can find out how to mount it up there, then I can make my measurements. And I'm going to take, I mean, I kind of can take measurements from right there. I think that's quite a bit. But they sell the conduit in 10-foot sections, and I need like 8 of them. So they're like $5. I think the ones that I'm talking about, I can add as much support as I want, but they really don't need to hold that much weight. So 10-foot sections of 1/2-inch conduit, and then I might make, I'm kind of thinking about how I want to do it, but I do have the cash to start doing it. If I can find a way right there to make some kind of little bracket that fits up there, which I was going to use with 1/2-inch square tubing on, or the 1-inch, and essentially make a C, and in the C there's a bolt, and there are the pieces that my conduit draws. It's going to get some of the 3/4 or the 1/4 inch, or the 1/2-inch conduit butt connectors, and drill them all the way through, and then bolt it all together, with some washers between them so that they can rotate. And then once they rotate into place, they'll just be there. And then I'll just put my conduit in there and bolt it down like you would with a butt connector. Obviously, what I might want to do is drill a hole in the conduit where it goes in, and then instead of using the little nuts that they give us, use wing nuts, so that when I do put it in there, it can actually be pretty snug, or something, some way to make it so it's not gonna hit each other. But the washers in between will have to be thick enough to stop, to like not be in the way of that. But honestly, if I'm talking about some kind of system that can just click in and out like that, I really have no problem just riveting them together. So when I get the butt connector bolted down through the C-clamp, then I can just rivet the poles to the butt connectors, and then they'll rotate and they won't not rotate. So when I want to like put it away, I'm just going to swing the awning and wrap all the tarp up in it, and then probably just bungee cord the fucking thing down, like use bungee cords around it. I don't really have any bag or anything I could put over there. I could probably get like a really long tent stake bag, but we need like 8 feet, like an 8-foot long sack that could go from this end over here to the other. And that would work because there's a clamp holding everything down. So it'd have to actually be something that goes over the top. Doable, like, or I could just get like a really nice canvas and bungee cord with a bunch of bungee cords around it. It's only going to be on when I'm camping. When I'm not camping, I'm just going to take it off, which is why I've got this. I need this to be kind of like a quick deployment type of thing. So that's the plan. I never really looked up there. This whole week I've been kind of just drawing ideas. So now that I see that, it's actually going to be a lot easier, because I didn't know how I was going to attach it to my roof rack. Knowing that I don't have to attach it to the roof rack's really nice. And it'll just go right along the side over there, right where my light bar is probably at. So that kind of, if I can get it so it kind of just nuzzles down right there, that's fine. Like, I can probably figure something out. Honestly, that's why it's on that side, is because I use the scene lighting on this side mainly, on the driver's side, so it's on the passenger side. Plus we get in and out of the truck on the passenger side more when we're camping than the driver's side, so that whole awning tent will be on that side. And if you want to get outside the truck without going through the awning tent, you just go through the passenger side door. So, you know, so, and that's the big thing, is this is an awning, but what I'd like to do is build the awning and then build walls for it, so that we can, oh, there's the awning, and then I get into the back and I grab the tent, which is just walls that go all the way around it, and then just affix the walls to the tent. Now, that obviously, that's why I'm getting a little lighter duty tarps. I can always get some tent stake, like the ropes, to kind of help hold it down. But I think for the 3 poles that hold it up, I'm going to use the the 3/4 inch electrical conduit, and make it that's just a lot heavier duty. And then, you know, it should be fine. It's not like it has to endure a lot of wind. It doesn't have to endure a lot of movement. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I shouldn't have to worry about any major bowing. Most of the stuff can just be done as is, but I want to measure so that I can say, oh, this is where the tarp is. I want 8 feet out from the doors. So from right here, I want 8 foot out. So I need a tarp that can manage that. And I found one at Lowe's. Like I said, I have the cash to go get some of this stuff if I wanted to, but I want to see how much stuff I have here to do. Like, obviously I need conduit, and obviously I need a tarp. Everything else I think I've got. I need to look at my steel bin and see if I have any steel that I can use to make this little bracket. What I could do is I do have this very large piece of this that I could also use, angle iron, put a bottom portion on there, and then what I do is put this at like a triangle, at like the angle, so that essentially I can just use that, and like it's a triangle shape versus a square shape. You know, it doesn't take much to cut out a couple caps of this and weld it on there. And that's actually a pretty good space, and it's super strong. This shit is super strong. I can make it as tall as I want to at that point. I'm trying to think how this would go wrong. I think I've found one little issue that I'm thinking of, but I don't know if it's an issue. I think it would be that the angle of the, because like the tubes, I've got to figure it out. Essentially, with how I just said that would work, I don't think it's going to work because it's a triangle, so it'd be like the point in which it rotates on would not allow the poles to go at a full 90-degree angle backwards. So I'll have to figure it out. A lot of thinking to do, a lot of measurements. Once I get some measurements, I can go inside. But for today, what I want to do is finish getting this push bar on. So I just got to finish, I've got to drill the holes in the mount. This is the mount. It's still a little warm. That's why I'm taking a break. This is the hole that goes on the push bar right here. So it essentially sits like this. And I need to drill another hole. So I need to get it up underneath there and do that. And then I also have to measure out the holes that go for the, up onto the truck. I was trying to think of a way that I could put these fucking tow hooks back on there, but I don't. I think I can't. But I do have the Ford F-150's hooks that I had that were like this. They should fit just fine, and they should bolt up and fit, and I can even spray them black come summer. Most of the stuff's all getting sprayed. Like that's getting sprayed black. The wheels are getting sprayed black. I'd like them to be the same color, or like the same type of paint, the same texture. So I'm gonna use bed liner, heavy duty shit, and this is a really nice car. Plus, I do need to take the angle grinder to it. It looks like they welded this on there. Look at that splatter work. That needs fixed. So, and then a bunch of surface rust taken off. So, you know. But honestly, that's looking really good so far. Obviously, it's not sturdy over here. But over here on this side, this is good. This is really good. I could foresee me at some point in time making brackets that go from here inside to hold it and give it some more lateral support. Because that's strong, but that's not egregiously strong. It's like the push bar that I put on the Mazda when I first got it. I would really like adding these push bar companies don't really seem to take in. Most of the time there's an upper bracket. Now this obviously had an upper bracket on whatever it was, but the ones that normally come with the Expedition do not. They allow for this to be pushed forward. So that's probably also going to be kind of a mission, but I have no way to do it now. I have to disconnect this whole grill. Whatever I end up doing is going to end up raining. I don't know what that. It's going to end up going through here. There is some kind of bracket or something in there, but it involves me taking a lot of plastic. So I'm probably going to end up having to cut and use some straight angle iron, some real small stuff. Something like this would even probably do, but I'd have to make this look really pretty, or something like this, essentially. So later, let's get this thing on there and then move on to the next project of the bed platform, cleaning stuff up.